Okay, so here's another video coming out as fast as possible. Alright, so this message that I wanted to put out here is just if believers can see for the first time evil, demonic presence is so abundant that they are finally they're putting God to the test. They're putting his prophecies, his words, this Christianity, the thing that we hold to be true, to the test. And there are two prophecies that are being, well, not prophecy, but two statements from God that are being pushed. And I don't know if this has anything to do with the great falling away, but I tell you one thing, he will not be mocked. He will not be played with. And what he says goes. So, if anyone had any question as to whether or not we are in the end time, I can make it a little bit more clearer to you. Matthew 24:35 states that his word would last longer than the heaven and the earth. Okay, so God says, what I teach, these new teachings, this new covenant, this is what I'm coming here, giving my life up for all of you sinners. What I'm going to teach is going to be the final word, final law of the land until my next coming. And of course, people in 2015 believe that we are too advanced, we're too, the teachings are too archaic, which is very sad and not true. But either way, the two verses, Ezekiel 37. This one has to do with a prophecy where God basically says very clearly, Israel will never be separated again. It will never be divided. It would not be separated between Israel and Judah, meaning that notion that Israel and Palestine will be separated into two separate states. God said that will never happen. I trust his word over whatever they're attempting to do right now. The second thing that just confirms that we're like nearing the end, and this is it's never been this close to them going against his word than ever before. The second thing that I find to be very powerful and very interesting, I need to make a video, Christ, his definition of marriage. And then he's saying his word will last past the heaven and the earth before it changes. And now people are going to go, well, they're attempting to go against it once again. So when will we know that they've completely went against it? When the Catholic Church, supposedly the head church, the mother whore, whatever you want to call her, when she decides to follow the Presbyterian Church and all other churches in unison to basically redefine marriage as the Presbyterian Church has defined it to be between two people committed to each other or something to that effect. So these are the two things that has came to my head that are going to definitely be put to the test. I already know that we're in the end. I already know Antichrist Francis is here. So it makes perfect sense that this deal could be struck, and they can try to think that they're going to be able to create a new state. The Vatican can try to think that they're going to be able to go against Christ's word and redefine marriage when he says that he will basically devour this heaven and the earth before his word changes. And people don't really understand the power in what he says. His words have life and they have meaning. And he's not going to be mocked, because that takes away all credit. If any of these things were to take place and happen and life went on, all credibility in Scripture just goes out the window. Why? Because he said that his word will last past the heaven and the earth before it changes. And if it changed, then what? So all those wishful thinkers out there that thought that life will just keep on going, fine, handy dandy, just note that the minute any of those two things happen, just expect disaster. Expect disaster. If Israel strike a deal with Palestine and they separate them into two different states, expect disaster. If Vatican signs gay marriage into law as a new redefined word against Christ's definition, expect disaster. So I just need to make this video, and it's something now that people can look out for as a great indicator. The closer we are to that day, obviously, is the closer we are to the end. So, God bless. Take care.